Hello everyone. I'm sure you've read Gulliver's Travels in picture books. But did you know this story was a satire? Lilliput is the country that Gulliver arrives in after being lost on his ship, and Blefuscu is its neighbor. Between the two countries, a war started after a disagreement about which was the best end to break an egg. What do you think this conflict of differences satirizes? We'll look at this in more detail later. First, let's look at the historical aspects. Queen Anne was the last monarch of the House of Stuart and was the first Queen of Great Britain and Ireland. During Queen Anne's reign, England participated in the War of Spanish Succession, which involved the European countries over the heir to the Spanish throne, and the Queen Anne's War was France over colonies in North America, which ended with the Treaty of Utrecht securing Britain's overseas territories. There are two features of literature in the early 18th century. The first is the occurrence of journalists that reported what happened on that day. Many great writers edited newspapers or wrote essays for the popular press on topical issues. The second is satire. Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels is the most famous. Swift is regarded as the foremost prose satirist in the English language. Let's take a closer look at Gulliver's Travels. The original story consists of four travel tales experienced by Gulliver. Generally, what you see in the picture book is the story of the Lilliput in the first one. In the second story, about the land of giants, Gulliver becomes smaller, and Little Endian and Big Endian represent Protestant and Catholic. Swift satirizes the fact that both are the same Christianity, but that doctrinal squabbles are as unimportant as the peeling of an egg. The third, Laputa, is the story of a flying island, and the castle in the sky is based on this Laputa island. This part is a satire on the private scientific organizations. In the last story of Fu en Num is depicted with the constant bickering of the Yahoos. Yahoos are ruled by horses, and this Yahoo, it is said that the developers of the search engine Yahoo named it after the human-like animal, Yahoo, because they consider themselves rogue. Finally, I would like to talk about how to read Gulliver's Travels. The story is a satire on society, politics, and personalities, so it is more interesting to read if you have an understanding of history. We will look at Chapter 4, the beginning part of the Egg War. When His present Majesty's grandfather was a child, he accidentally cut his finger when he tried to eat an egg by cracking it from the larger end. The people were outraged by the heavy penalties imposed on those who disobeyed the order. Who do you think this man was? This is Henry VIII, the founder of the Anglican Church. Second, the Egg War took place in the Lilliput and Blefuscu, which refer to England and France. Who was the person who lost his crown due to the conflict between Protestant and Catholics? This is Charles I, who was executed in the Puritan Revolution. The last, a bloody war between the two great powers, is the battle that came up this time. Do you remember? This is the War of the Spanish Succession. You can see the history of the battles between Catholics and Protestants is the basis for various other works. Thank you for watching. Next is what was life like for Victorian children? See you there.